Two mega powers meeting here tonight.
The mega powers, brother.
The mega, yeah, the mega, yeah, the mega powers, yeah. Mega powers, yeah.
Wrestling fans, welcome to episode number 7 of the amazing Mega Powers, soon to be your favorite podcast. I am your co-host, Scandoos, the hip hop original, alongside
Magic J.
And we're back with our special guest joining us for another episode, our friend and yours, wrestling connoisseur himself, the one and only.
And hip hop connoisseur, but not part of hip hop connoisseur.
Yeah,
but not part of hip hop connoisseurs though.
Listen, you're welcome, man. That invitation is there, bro.
Trinidad. They sing some Trini. Yes, big up, Scan.
Trini boy.
The Trini boy split is back, baby. I'm loving this. I'm loving this show, man. I'm loving it.
Wicked. So, Skillet, before we get into our review of this week's happenings in AEW, man, I'd like to get your views on obviously the history of AEW and what is it about AEW that you like?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna be brutally honest. Like when AEW was forming, I didn't, I wouldn't say I didn't believe in it. I did believe in it. It was very much, we all saw All Out, the first show they did, and that was brilliant. So I was like, okay, they did something like that, but I just thought it's a huge love letter to independent wrestling, to Ring of Honor Wrestling, to CCW, to ECW, to New Japan, Mexico. Like, it's a huge, and a little bit of WWF because it's got sports entertainment in it as well. But I just felt, I don't know if this is going to actually, do well across the board, mainstream wise. But I was proven wrong. Obviously, there's an audience for it. I feel like wrestling fans in mainstream wrestling across the board have becoming smarter wrestling fans. The technical side is a bit more aesthetically appeasing to what we people used to love when we were younger. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to see that wrestling is involved in that sense. And I still think it's a work in progress. I think there's still some issues they need to sort out. A lot of that is creative. A lot of it is stuff with like how they present their wrestling, a bit too much wild moves. I think can be a bit toned down a bit, but they're getting there. And the division was good. It's a good alternative for WWE for sure. So yeah, big up AEW, man. They're doing good things, brilliant things. Brilliant.
Love that, man. That's dope, man. And you was at the recent All In event, wasn't you?
Yeah,
at Wembley. What was that experience like for you?
That was amazing, man. It was so good from start to finish. Brilliant show. Don't have any complaints really. I think it was a solid show. I think everyone came out, smashed it. I was having so much fun. It's the first time I ever saw CM Punk live, and it's the first time I've ever seen Sting live. And like right. that was on my bucket list of people to see live. That I've seen quite a lot of wrestlers live, but I wanted to see them too live. So that was great for me. Brilliant show. Awesome. I've got no complaints. I think it was an awesome show. Great stars as well, bona fide stars as well. Like MJF's a bona fide star. Things like that. Just like, obviously we all know the Box and Omega are stars already, but just put it in that plateau there where they deserve to perform in that Wembley Stadium, those type of audiences. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, I saw a video which I shared on the Mega Powers Twitter X account of that same show, and CM Punk underneath the announcers table stabbing himself in the head. Did you see that video?
I did see that. I mean, that's.
What is your thoughts of that? Because obviously the whole audience, the whole crowd didn't saw it, because obviously they saw him there on the floor, probably getting beat up, and then he's just doing this, and the announcer is recording him. What do you think of that?
Was it the announcer that was recording him? Was it the announcer or was it a fan?
I think it was an announcer, but it was, if it was a fan, they got good zoom. Whoever was behind it.
I assumed it was a fan. I mean, I don't know if the announcer do that, because I just think that's a stupid.
Yeah. They're exposing the business, man. They're exposing the business, bro.
Yeah. I mean, we all know, like what it is, but we still want to be.
ECW.
Say that again.
I said it's not ECW, because ECW, the man they wasn't faking the funk. The man they was actually beating up each other.
Yeah. But what I mean is, like, we all know what it is. Like, every time somebody believes, everybody here knows it's a blade job. But it's just a shame that people need to feel like they're exposed. I think social media overshares too much, and it's something that doesn't always have to be shown. That's part of the man's craft. Let the man do his thing. He has to do what he has to do, and you know what I mean. I don't know why we have to wanna lift a lid on everything when it comes to social media. That's why I don't really tweet as much, because I just feel I don't want to get engaged in all that stuff, man. Just try to enjoy the show as much as you can. We all know what it is. Like, there's no need to share that. That's the way I
That's a
feel.
good point.
That's the equivalent of me going to a theatre show, yeah? Going to watch a theatre show and then filming the guys that's in black. You know, the guys that's in black that changes the moves the furniture out the way.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's somebody wearing black moving furniture on stage. It's the same as, it's like, we all know what it is. Like, what are you doing? Like, and that's why they protect themselves. They ban mobile phones from theatre productions. And I feel like it's going to come to a point where wrestling shows should probably do the same, if I'm honest. Ban people's mobile
Right.
because these people just want to just ruin wrestling. Like, we can just watch where it is on TV. You know what I mean? So,
Right. So that leads me to my next question, Skillet. Do you feel like things like Twitter and, you know, all those people that claim to be in the know with the behind the scenes information, do you think, and that who are constantly exposing stuff, do you think that affects your enjoyment of the product?
no, it doesn't affect my enjoyment of the product. I just feel that we've come to, we're all a bunch of know-it-alls now, you know. And it's like, I feel like obviously the dirt sheets are always going to be the dirt sheets, and there's always going to be magazine outlets that will mention real life things, and I'm into that. I want to know that Punk had a fight with Jack Perry backstage. I want to know that. Like, I do want to know that stuff. But what I mean is, like, when people want to just kind of be like, oh, look at this, and or this move, and oh, look, this person done this here, and oh, look, that person really cut themselves there. Oh, that there was a table there, the spot there. I just don't need to know that stuff. Like, that's just, why even mention that? Like, we all know what wrestling is. The show. Like, why dissect every little thing? And I think people take things a bit too personal as well with wrestling. Like, not everything is you know what I mean? Not everything is a negative portrayal of this. And sometimes accidents happen, and sometimes people do things, and that's it. I don't know. I just feel, and I think one thing with social media, we've become a nation of people that we pick sides. We don't know the full story, but yet we want to pick sides about who's in the right, who's in the wrong. You can have your opinion about how you feel some people could have handled things. That's totally fine. And you have right to that. I guess when I was younger, I was a little bit on Team Brett over Team Sean, but I never really hated Sean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just feel like people like, oh, I hate CM Punk, I like this, but you don't even know, you don't know these people. You know what I mean? So I just think, just try to enjoy the show as much as you can. That's what I say.
Of course, man. And speaking of that, what is your thoughts on how Tony Khan handled that situation with Jack Perry and CM Punk? Do you think he's handled it correctly, or do you think it just got messy?
No, for what he had to do, he had to get rid of Punk, unfortunately. I do ride for Punk. I do think, like, there is a lack of respect towards Punk, but at the same time, Punk should have handled himself better. Like, you have to admit that. Like, you can't be fighting backstage. You can't be coming at, especially coming at your boss. You can't be doing that. You just can't be doing that. Even the way Punk handled the media scrum initially, he didn't do that. That wasn't right either. You can't be talking over your boss. You can't be, you know what I mean? But my only thing is, it's like, I'm assuming Jack Perry's been suspended, right? Because we haven't seen him since.
Yeah. Do you think he should have been sacked?
Maybe not, because he hasn't done anything like this before. So maybe a warning and a suspension is probably the right thing. But I just feel like, Jack Perry, you caused the whole fire over nothing. Especially with that, what the whole origin story was about. Why he's upset because he wasn't allowed to use real glass. Like, I just feel, if my man's trying to say don't use real glass, he's trying to protect you, bro. Why are you getting upset when I puff your chest and chat rubbish to him? And you just know that's going to go one way, especially the kind of character Punk is. You just know that's going to go one way. I just feel like some people just need to what are we doing here? Unless them two have had an issue that we don't know about. But from what I've heard, from what the story is, that's what he was upset about. And I just think that's just ridiculous, to be honest. Like, that can't be on. That can't be on.
Yeah. Real talk, man. Real talk. Right. So let's get into this week's AEW, man. We'll start with Dynamite Grand Slam from Arthur Ashe Stadium, man.
But before we get into that, yeah, I just read something what came out from Tony Khan. Right?
Okay.
He's basically saying that he wants to sign a WWE veteran, and this person who he wants to sign is if he gets released by WWE, he will sign him quick, snappy, and it is Johnny Gargano. What do you think about that? Because I like him, but he ain't been used right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Gargano at AEW would be great. That's a perfect fit for him. Perfect.
Yeah.
They would book him like the indie darling that he is. And he'll be a great, in my opinion, he'll probably be a great replacement for Daniel Bryan. We all know Daniel Bryan's leaving soon. Or if he's not leaving, he's going to be doing like the Brock Lesnar
schedule. Yeah.
He'll be doing the Brock Lesnar schedule. So he'll be doing like certain matches a year. So yeah, I think that's a good shot. If Gargano, but why did Tony Khan say that? Because
you see that everyone's getting released from WWF.
Yeah, but then the WWE might be like, well, we're not going to release him now. They might be like, you just never don't say nothing. Like, wait for the man to snap him up. Like, you know what? Triple H should probably be like, nah, we're not going to fire him now. We're going to keep giving him 10 years. Gargano's going to be here.
Slap a 10-year contract on his Ross.
Doing nothing with him for 10 years. But, I don't know.
But, where do you want to go in AEW?
Right, so we kick off with title v title. It was Claudio Castagnoli versus Eddie Kingston. Great long-standing rivalry, apparently coming to an end now. With Kingston getting the W, man. What did you guys think of the match?
You know what, Scan? Yeah, I was actually thinking about you when I watched this match. Yeah, remember you and I was talking about a few weeks ago. You know, I was talking about why do they hate each other? What that? I wonder if they've squashed it, or if not squashed it, like are quite decent, because they were actually close back in the day. They were actually really good friends back in the day, and then they actually generally fell out, and then it kind of kept that ongoing thing storyline wise. But do you know if they I would imagine if they've actually like squashed the beef in real life, and they just continue with it like it's a serious thing. I would love that if that's the case.
But Claudio at the end of that show, I thought he was going to shake his hand when I watched it, but when he handed him the belt, he just dashed him the belt and walked off.
The shake the hand thing had to happen, but the way they looked at each other and the way Claudio gave him the belt doesn't look like they're actually really.
No, they resolved nothing.
They probably hate each other for real. There's no hugging. There's nothing, bro. There's nothing.
No. Now, so I feel there's gonna be a rematch coming very, very soon. I don't know when. I don't know if it's gonna be at one of their main events, but I can see a rematch coming very soon. But Eddie Kingston, he's an underdog, innit? So he deserves what he's given right now, because he's been fighting for years, even coming to WWE as well. Didn't do not much, but he's one of those guys that he deserves something, and especially in City. Yeah, why not give it to him?
Right. But I mean, there is a take out there that some people say that Eddie Kingston might be a bit overrated.
I think so, personally.
Why is that?
I'm not really an Eddie Kingston guy. I think he's a phenomenal talker, really good on the mic.
Yeah.
I think in ring wise now, I think he's past his best. I don't think he can do what he used to do, and I just don't really rate him in ring wise, if I'm honest with you. But no offense to him. Obviously he has worked hard. I'm not taking anything away from him. Definitely has worked hard, and I'm glad to see him getting his due. He does deserve his due, but I just not really buy into the hype with Eddie Kingston. I just think a lot of people are like, oh, look at that, he's cutting a crazy promo again.
Nah.
So, okay,
cool, man.
Chris
Right.
Jericho and Sammy Guevara. They've dissolved their, or sort of dissolved their issue, but the issue will be continued because Sammy Guevara lost his match, but Mr. Don Callis came down, and then in between that, before that happened, Sammy Guevara gave Jericho a low blow kick in his goonies, and then that's when
which was a homage to Jericho and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania.
That's right.
And Sammy was wearing the design of the trousers of the what Jericho was wearing in the match.
Yeah. Homage to WrestleMania 18.
So what do you guys think about that situation?
No, WrestleMania 19, wasn't it? Scan WrestleMania 19.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels, Jericho. Yeah. It was a good match. I'm a bit worried about Sammy though. I think Sammy needs a lot of work as a heel. I don't know if he's going to get the. I know he's got the rub from Don Callis. I get that, and that could help him big time. But right now, I think Sammy still needs a little bit more work in order to be a convincing heel. Right now, this might be like a go away heat heel. In order to be, you know what I mean? In order to be a heel where everybody could be invested in you and be like, oh, I want to see this guy lose, instead of it being like, oh, this guy's on the screen again. I think Sammy needs a lot of work still. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, Don can help him with that.
Cool.
Deuce, what do you think?
Right. No, I fully agree with Skillet, man, on that one. I don't know. I guess, I feel like they want to make Sammy world champion at some point. But again, it's the whole Jungle Boy thing, man. He's got a lot of work to do to get to that upper echelon in AEW, man, where people will realistically believe that this man can be on level with the likes of MJF. He still seems like a mid-carder to me. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. I feel like people like Ricky Starks has leapt over Sammy Guevara, in the pecking order. Right. So he's got work to do, man. He needs to up his game.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. There was another major match on that day as well. Just to do things a bit quick. Mr. Ray Felix and John Moxley.
Ooh.
That was an incredible match.
Scan, can you explain what happened at the end there?
So basically what happened was, and this is where all the controversy kicks in, because referees are told to call it as a shoot, right? John Moxley was legitimately concussed and did not kick out, right? And then the referee tried to do some foolishness and say that, oh, he moved his shoulder, when everybody in the arena with the close-up could see my man did not move. So the stupid thing was, if a man is concussed, the last thing you should do is pick that man up again and drop him on his head again.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely madness, right? Fact. What should have happened, right? My man should just went to the top rope and dropped an elbow or something, and protected him, But instead, he goes and picks him up and drops him on his head again, even though he's concussed. So, that's absolute, a company.
Right, so you've kind of explained that, so that makes a lot of sense now, because I didn't understand what was going on, because I see the man went for the 1-2, then obviously he did that whole thing, because I got the feeling Moxley was hurt. I was like, okay, so he couldn't kick out, but I didn't understand. But then I saw Moxley screaming at the referee. He was like screaming at him. Yeah. And so I was like, why is he screaming at him? I don't know what's going on. And then that explains it, because he's obviously hurt. He's telling the referee, just keep going.
Just keep it. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Moxley's a nutter anyway. When I saw that, I thought that, okay, yeah, only Moxley, man, because he gets harder bangs than that in his head anyway. So
he needs some time off anyway, man. But then I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back on Wednesday.
Yeah, he'll come back and win it straight away, innit? When he comes back, he'll be. So Phoenix will have it for a little while, which is good for Ray Phoenix because he's a great wrestler. Yeah. And then Mox will come back and beat him, basically.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on to Scanduce's favorite female wrestler, what left WWE. Now she's in AEW, Miss Toni Storm.
What?
She faced another ex WWE wrestler, who needs a bloody tan.
Oh, Vampire Saraya.
Saraya. That women's match was nuts. Well, I mean, Sarai was on a mad thing. She was on a mad thing. The amount of DDTs that she received, like I was like, are you gonna get up after this?
Right,
Let's
man.
think about that.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Storm definitely the best character in wrestling right now, man. Like shoulders back, tits out, watch out for the shoe is the catchphrase of the year for me, bro. You know,
He's killing it, bro.
I totally think she should have won that match. But I mean, I understand they want to keep the strap on Saraya for a little bit longer. You know, yeah, man, it was a decent match, man. It was a decent match, but I feel like AEW is still trying to get out of second gear when it comes to their women's division, man. You know, they've got the potential's there. It can be great, but it's just they still got some work to do. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Do you think Jade leaving is a big loss? It is, isn't it? Or not?
I mean, they've got people that can replace her. In terms of superstars, Jade was a superstar. Like, she could have been a global superstar for AEW.
Yeah,
you know, and they've not got
She
many.
wasn't given the world title though. She was only given the TNT title, and she was
Yeah,
getting
but
she elevated that TNT title to where it was more prestigious than the world title.
Exactly. She did the Macho Man with the Intercontinental title. That's what she did. She did that because when Macho Man was IC champion, people were watching that over the world champion. Randy Savage. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you what you said about Toni Storm. Definitely, I think she's smashing it, and she'll become champion soon. I think.
She will.
Yeah,
she will. Okay.
So about the main event. What's the main event, Mike? Magic Mike, Magic J.
MJF and the legend, Mr. Samoa Joe. Like I add legend because I've been watching him from way back, even when WCW dissolved. Oh yeah, when Vince bought WCW, and I saw him in non-stop action wrestling.
TNA,
you know, he's a legend. So
let me tell you something interesting about that. So my brother Christian, big up Christian, because
big up to man like Christian.
Yeah, big up my brother Christian, aka Mental. I remember one time, when WCW and ECW was bought out by WWF, and we had that terrible invasion angle, and whatever, right? Then we got fast forward to 2002. My brother come home with 6 cassette tapes, which is still in my room. I could try and get it in my room somewhere, right? I have to bring it down one time to show you. It's still in my. I've still got these in cassette form, bro. 6 cassette tapes, and he's like, Ryan, we're gonna watch these. And I was like, where do you get these from? He goes, this is a new wrestling company called Ring of Honor. Yeah, he goes, this is the future. That's what he said to me. And I was like, all right, you slap it on, and I see my man Samoa Joe, bro. And I was like, who is this guy, bro? And since then, I have followed him from that cassette tape all the way his whole career. So the legend word you use there, you're not using it loosely, bro. That man is a bona fide legend, bro.
The only thing I hated, he wasn't used properly in get the F out of here company. He wasn't getting used properly in WWE.
They used him to a certain degree, which was okay. He was used correctly in NXT.
But then he shook him because he had a couple injuries. That's why, isn't it?
That's what it is. Yeah. So in NXT they used him correctly, and then KWF, he had a little storyline with Brock Lesnar, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
It could have, yes, absolutely.
MJF, Samoa Joe, what's it called? Men's World TV Champion and AEW Champion, coming together. And if you don't watch the match, you don't know what won because that was a match. What do you not think of that match?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. MJF gets better and better and better. That man is a bona fide. He's another star, another one. Like, there's only a few. I would say there's a lot of great wrestlers in AEW, but only a few stars. And and MJF is a star. I
like his new intro. I like his new intro theme video with the little kid. He whispers in the little kid.
I got a question for both of you though. Do you think they're gonna do a plot twist with this MJF Adam Cole storyline?
How do you mean?
I just said the last episode with Sai.
Real fucking amazing hot take about
Adam Cole turning on MJF, right? You know when it's going to happen? They're going to do their fucking entrance together, yeah? And when they go in the ring and what's it called? MJF is on his knees and Adam Cole's behind him and they're about to do their Adam Cole, baby. He's going to hit the ropes and kick him in the back of his head. That is going to be the heel turn. And you heard it here first. I'm telling you.
Damn.
Kick him in his head type of thing. I can see that happening. Because every time I see that clip, what Sai was saying, it's just picturing in my head. And even I posted it, you know, a few hours before we got on together. And I was like, yeah. I can see
yeah, because I'm thinking, everybody's thinking, I think everybody's thinking that the twist will be, well, I mean, I don't know if everybody's thinking this because they've always kind of done like a back and forth of this storyline anyway. But like, you know, you can't outsmart the devil. The devil will be the one that turns. But I can see Cole turning. I can see Cole turning.
Yeah.
I think that makes all the sense in the world, man. You know, I threw out a theory like in one of our earlier podcasts where I think Wardlow will have something to do with this. You know, because I've noticed Wardlow has been really quiet. Right. You know, and I think that's intentional. You know, and I suspect he's gonna play like because he's the only man that squashed MJF, like 10 power bombs and just destroyed him.
I remember that. Yeah.
And there was no follow up.
Yeah.
And AEW likes to follow up on things. So that's my hot take.
Good shout, Scan. Very good shout. But yeah, that match, that main event, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And big up Samoa Joe all day.
Yeah, absolute legend, man. Salute Samoa Joe. So
Rampage Grand Slam. The first match of the night was a tag team match. Luchasaurus, Christian Cage versus my brethren, Darby Allin, and the iconic, my favorite wrestler of WCW era, the Sting. The Sting. You know, that was a good. When I wrote down all the notes here, I wrote what a classic tag team won by the iconic Sting and Darby Allin. So, what do you guys think of that?
Yeah, like, you know, I don't know. I'm a bit like, obviously I love Sting, you know, and I like Darby as well, but I just feel
with the skateboard. Oh yeah, like, I think that who Darby Allin put underneath his wing, who trained his father trained him, was doing a little stare down with Christian Cage, but Christian was looking at him giving us, I don't know, some devil look like you know that enticing look, like like I can see through you, you're gonna come to me type of look. Like, and he was doing it for a good while. He was just standing up there, and then he started walking up slowly back, but you're still looking at him. So I don't know if my man is gonna go to Christian Cage or what. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure. I don't know, man. I don't know how to call this one. I really don't. I feel like
I was dissing him about his dad. His dad was a rubbish wrestler. R.I.P. Rubbish wrestler. If you need a role model, I'm the role model.
Yeah, I know.
But he was moving to his mum as well, man. He's...
I don't know. I think what's gonna happen is he'll probably have a match with Christian, and then Christian will like destroy him basically, and that's what's gonna spur on the whole.
You see, I will train you. Come to me, type of thing. Yeah.
The Darby Christian people kind of spur on even to another level because of that. I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%, man. Yeah. Cool. So what was next?
3-on-3. Your other favorite wrestler in AEW, Chris Statlander, Orange Cassidy,
and Hook.
The Hook versus Daddy Magic, Cool Hand, and Anna Jay.
Now I didn't see this one. I didn't see this match.
Oh, that was a
good,
an incredible match. You know, obviously won by Orange Cassidy, Hook, and Chris Statlander with a technical finish, giving them the 1-2-3 win. You know, so that was an incredible match to me. You know, I enjoyed that because that was something different. You know what I mean? And yeah, What did you
Skillet,
match?
Skillet, let me just ask Skillet this question. Skillet, do you think they've dropped the ball with Hook?
I think so. I think they were on.
And if they have, how do you think they can get it back?
I mean, it's you could always turn it around. It's not a no way of return thing for Hook. They could always do something and bring it back, and maybe do a whole. You know how they did with Orange Cassidy with that impressive title reign of single matches. He's got to. I think Hook. The way you could bring back Hook is him beat some stars, some no names, beating them one by one down the line, and they can bring him back to where he is. But yeah, right now he's kind of in a bit of a weird situation, and I think the whole Jack Perry thing hasn't helped Hook either. That hasn't helped him either. So
He's just chilling right now.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Cool. So the next match, Skillet. Jay.
Well, okay. Here's a key moment. Tony Schiavone calls out Don Callis. Yeah, Callis to the ring, and basically asks him about what happened, last week with Sammy Guevara, low blowing Chris Jericho, and he never really said much about it. He was just talking about the faction and the family, and saying how introducing Sammy Guevara as a new member to the Don Callis family. What's it called? So Sammy Guevara was telling his part about the last 4 years, how Chris Jericho held him back, never let him shine. You get what I'm saying? So what do you guys think about that?
So he's just trying to cut a heel promo, basically. But
Yeah.
I think the way the his family's coming together, because basically he's got Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and now Will Ospreay.
Like I said, I think Sammy Guevara still needs a little bit of work with his heel work, but you still got the likes of Jericho and all these professional wrestlers around him that's going to make it get to that level where it's be interested again. And Jericho on his own can make that feud be very interesting for people to watch. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I think it'll be another win for the Don Callis team though, because they're building that team to be very strong. But it's looking very exciting to see what they do with that. Though. I'm excited.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, 8-man tag team. 8-man tag team. You had, Best Friends versus the Kingdom versus the Righteous and the legendary brothers
Hardys.
Yeah, so that went down very well, and the Righteous won. But
Santos bomb.
yeah. They took the piss with that. They tried to yeah. That was a joke thing. So what do you guys think about that match? Because I don't really like this 8-on-8 business. I prefer the natural fights.
Well, I mean, they got to switch it up every now and again, I guess. I like this sudden push of this team, the Righteous. I don't know if you've managed to see any of their promos. They're quite controversial with it on the mic. They're obviously not going to win, but I mean, it's good to see them getting some spotlight, some shine, and I'm intrigued to see where it goes. That's kind of my take on it. Skillet?
Yeah, I missed this match as well. The only thing I saw was from Rampage was I saw the first two matches, and then I kind of got towards the end, the last match. But yeah, I didn't get to see this. But yeah, who are the Righteous? Let me see where they are. I don't know who they are.
They're kind of cool still. They're doing their thing.
Oh, they're the Ring of Honor tag team. They're from Ring of Honor, right?
Yeah.
I know you're talking about. Okay.
Oh,
right. So what was the headlining match, Jay?
The headlining match main event was a Ring of Honor World 6-man tag team championship match. The Elite, Adam Page, Young Bucks versus the Mogul Embassy.
Yeah, this was entertaining. This is a good match. This is good. This is good fun. And Prince Nana ringside, stealing the show.
Gone in, doing the stupid dance as usual.
Ever since my man signed his contract extension, buddy, he's been skanking out every week. He's living his best life.
It's so true. It's so true, bro. This, you know, every time you got Young Bucks in the ring and all that, the matches are always fun. Always a nice little three-way match. Good to see everybody got a little bit of piece of action as well. I'm excited to see what's going to happen between Hangman Page and Swerve. I think Swerve will put up a win. Swerve will win, definitely.
Oh, he has to, man. He has to. Like the way Swerve has been owning him on the mic, bro. Like Swerve. If not in 2023, in 2024, Swerve needs to be a world champion, man. He's that guy.
I think he'll be the first black AEW champion.
He has to be, bro.
Yeah, I think
you talk about Swerve. Do you think Top Dollar will come to AEW and link up with him?
I hope
no
not.
way.
I hope not. Leave Swerve alone.
Top Dollar is donezo, bro. He's going into the podcast world. He's gonna go into TV. I think he's gonna be done with wrestling, man. That's my hot take on Top Dollar.
I think Scan's right. He's gonna become a presenter.
So yeah, Collision. Should we go on to that?
Yeah, the Collision.
Collision.
Skillet, have you watched much of Collision? I mean, what do you think of the general presentation?
Yeah, it's cool. It doesn't really it doesn't look set apart from Dynamite to me. I think, you know, I mean, I know the stage is a bit different and whatnot, but it's all kind of a similar presentation. I would like it. You know how back in the day how Raw looked like Raw and SmackDown looked like SmackDown? I feel like wrestling in general, that all the shows look like each other. Even Raw and SmackDown today look quite similar. You get what I mean? But back in the day, Raw was different and SmackDown was different. You know what I mean? And I feel like they need to do that with Collision. I think Collision was a good chance to make that look. It's just like another version of Dynamite, really and truly. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I think
they got the different commentators though. I think they got a better.
Yeah, of course. And
do you know what I think they should? Do you know what I think they should do? They should stop using the name Grand Slam as part of Dynamite, and they should use that as a main billboard name. You get what I'm saying? Just like how they got All In, All Out, or whatever else they got. That should be a name what they should use as like a. Or do you think they might be using that in the future, but they just want people to get used to that name?
Well, the thing about Grand Slam, right, is because it takes place in Arthur Ashe Stadium. Now, Arthur Ashe is a famous black tennis player, and the Grand Slam is connected to tennis. That's why it's called the Grand Slam.
Well, I think they should use it properly as just like WrestleMania, just like SummerSlam, Survival Series. That would be bad. I think that would be bad. TNT Championship. Triple threat handicap match, might as well say. Mr. Darby Allin, Christian Cage, and Luchasaurus. And you know, Christian Cage was walking down with the belt like it was his, it was Luchasaurus's. But Mr. Cage won it, and now it's completely his. So, what do you think about that story? Because to me, it's like Luchasaurus is underneath some spell, because he had the belt in his hand. He was looking at it like, and then Christian Cage tried to talk to him. He's looking at Christian Cage, looking at the belt, and then it's like, and then at the end, the same type of thing, and it's like he's underneath some spell. I don't know what's going on with Luchasaurus. He needs to snap out of his spell, and it's like Christian Cage putting some juju upon him, man. Some Obi upon him. I don't know what gone.
I think Luchasaurus joining Christian was the best thing for him. I think the Jungle Boy Luchasaurus tag team did work, and that was entertaining for a while. But obviously, as time goes on and they wanted to evolve each other's characters, I think it was the right move for Luchasaurus to be under Christian. It's like a little bodyguard kind of role, which works out. Christian's doing phenomenal stuff. You know what? I've always preferred Christian to Edge. I'm going to be real, guys. I've always preferred Christian to Edge. I was always a Christian guy, and it's just good to see Christian back to greatness again. So big up Christian, man. And I want to see Christian challenge for the world title this year or next year. I want to see Christian in that world title spot next year. Bring him back to heavyweight.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, Christian did beat Kenny Omega for the Impact World Champion.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
So he's had the big win. you know. But I must say, man, I think Christian is probably doing some of his best mic work in his
Facts.
entire career right now. Like, he legitimately, like, whenever he's on the mic, he's a legitimately like the top guy on the entire show.
Yeah.
Like, bar for bar. Like, when he's on form, like, he murders everybody. Like, you know, and it's interesting that he's so late in his career. Like, he's in his late 40s now to be doing his best work. You know, so I think when his wrestling's done, man, I think he'll make a great manager. You know, and just a quick note on that, the other storyline, man. I think that Nick Wayne guy is probably gonna align with Christian now that he's the TNT champ, and that's where the TNT feud with Darby Allin's gonna go next, man. That's where I see it going.
Well, they best mind that Edge don't come to AEW.
Ooh, he could do. Can you see it, Skillet?
Nah.
Nah.
What are they gonna call him? Adam Copeland? Nah.
His name is Edge, isn't it?
Nah, they won't call him Edge. I don't think they'll call him Edge. Unless he could use the name, but they might trademark the name. But then again, maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe you probably could.
They might call him Edge Cage. Christian Cage, Edge Cage, Brothers Reunited. You never know.
Do you know a little fun fact? Do you know a little fun fact? What I didn't know for a very long time until I started doing research on certain wrestlers in AEW, especially one guy that you mentioned, Jungle Boy. I didn't know his dad was Luke Perry.
Really?
His dad,
yeah, we know.
Dad,
how did you not know this?
Jungle Boy's dad is Luke Perry. Jungle Boy's dad died in 1999.
Yeah, no, we know.
2019.
Magic J. Huh? How did you not know this? This is
covered. I didn't know. I didn't know. Seriously, I was late. Cause I don't pay attention. I was late.
Wow.
If you guys don't know who Luke Perry is, I'll slip in right now. You know, but
right. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Wow. This is a great late Luke Perry, man. Beverly Hills 90210.
Gee.
Okay.
So what was the next match?
Well, there was a key moment before the fourth match. Julia Hart calls out Chris Statlander to put her TNT title at Wrestle Dream. So what do you think about that match? Because Julia Hart has been going on with a great run. Like, she's coming out, she's dominated. What do you think about Julia Hart calling out Chris Statlander?
I like Julia Hart's presentation right now. I think she's doing some great stuff. She's starting to find herself as a character. You know, I like how what's his name, Brody King comes out and he's her mic man. Hilarious. But yeah, the way she even says like the house always wins before she does her matches. Like, you know, it's just, I'd be interesting to see if she actually wins the title though. But yeah, I think she's doing great work.
Skillet, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I like her, man. I like her. I think time for the House of Black to get a women's champion in their midst, man. But obviously, it's going to be a little while. I think Chris Statlander is going to be a champion for a while. But you know what I mean? But at least build up. It's good that they're building up different women from different. Because it's always, we kind of seen the same women always contending. It's good to have more contention within the ranks. So it's good. It's good.
Okay, the next match is, you know, this guy's a G. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know,
two G's in the ring. Two G's in the ring.
This guy set up one of the baddest factions from being in Japan to America to the UK, back to America. You know, Mr. Switchblade, Jay White, and Andrade,
El Idolo.
Yeah. So that went down extremely well. Andrade done his wife's move. He needs to stop doing it because he does it so. I'm looking at everything. That's not Charlotte Flair. Like he does the move, yeah. The figure four. He lays on the floor for about a couple of seconds. Then he's like, "Should I reach?" I said, "Bro, your back not good. Stop doing it." You're back in. You're like your wife, bro. You get me? Your wife is flatter than the wall. Yeah, she's skinny. Of course, she can bend up like that in those.
Man, that's
But yeah,
a controversial take, man. I don't know,
yeah.
Skillet. What's your thoughts on that match?
Came out to the ring. You know, it was all a madness. You know, did you guys watch that match, and what do you think of it?
Yeah, no, I thought the match was dope, man. I think it was two great wrestlers going at it. Obviously, it's not gonna. This is obviously not gonna be their first. I mean, this could be more down the line between these two. I think they've got. I think this was like a little tease of like how healthy AEW's heavyweight division can look like eventually when these two start getting a bit more up and up the ranks. But yeah, I'm a big fan of both. I've been a big fan of Switchblade back from NJPW back in the day, and I've been a big fan of Andrade when he was in NXT and when he was in AAA when he was in
Yes.
So I was always a big fan of them. So I'm glad that these two are finally getting some love in AEW because they've been. I mean, especially Andrade, he's been floundering in AEW for a while, ain't really doing much. So start to get. That's why I'm happy Collision was born because kind of spots a highlight on him again. So yeah. This is how this goes, man.
Yeah.
I hope it was more.
Real talk, man. Real talk, man. Nah, I totally agree with that take, man. Great match, you know, right result, man. And yeah, I'm just intrigued to see where that story goes next, man. Like Bullet Club Golds, I didn't have high hopes when it started, but I like how they've evolved, you know, and it's looking good, man.
It's all gold, baby. It's all gold.
It's all gold, man. Yeah, guns up. So yeah, what's the next match?
Mr. Ricky Starks and Brian Danielson, Texas
Death
match. For fuck's sake, what a match! That's what I can say. See, like, Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryans, whatever you want to call him. Please don't listen to your daughter. We want you to stay. We want you to stay. You get what I'm saying? You get me? You're a daddy already. I know you love your daughter. You get me? You know, but come on, bro. If you're having matches like that, and then even the other match what you had with him, the strap match, bro, are you not saying stay in wrestling to blood bleed? But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of that match?
Brian's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Like out of all the wrestlers since 2005. From 2005 onwards, he's been the best, bro. He's the best. There's no one stopping Brian, bro. And he just consistently keeps showing it and showing it again. Big up Brian, man. Like that, Ricky Starks couldn't handle them kicks, bro. Ricky Starks didn't know what he was in for in them kicks there, bro. Ricky Starks, like Scan said, I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. And I want to see more matches like this from Brian before he bows out. So yeah, man. That was great to watch. Really good to watch.
Real talk, man. Nah, we gotta appreciate this man while we still got him, man. You know, I'm not gonna hate on his daughter. You know what I mean? He made a promise to her. And you know, he needs to utilize this time, man, to have dream matches every week, you know, and just burn through the top competition, man, and give us, you know, like we got Wrestle Dream coming up this Sunday. I don't know if you want to do some quick predictions, Magic J, before we bounce. He's given us a dream match.
I leave it to the Trinity Badman.
The Trini Badman. We need that as a t-shirt, man. The Trini Badman.
Trini Badman.
With the face to the high top.
Wow.
Right, let's get the predictions up. All right, so we're not gonna go in any order, right? I'm just gonna scream out a few matches and we'll just go from there. So let's go with Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart. It's the singles match for the AEW TBS Championship. Scan, what do you think?
Boy, I'd love to see Julia Hart take it, but I think it's going to be a retention for Chris Statlander.
Yeah, I agree.
I knew he would say that. I knew he would say that. Look, we've got the name Hart in it. Yeah, has to win. Yeah, because I was a Hart Foundation fan. Yeah, anybody named Hart, I'm going to the Hart side, you know. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let me just go Hart side. Let him stay in the line. See the dog.
Magic J, what do you think? Who's going to win between Christian Cage and Darby Allin? 2 out of 3 falls match.
I think Christian Cage might just take it, but it's gonna be a neck and neck match. I want Darby Allin to win because I like him. I like him. Someone I've always liked him from the first time I saw him. But I just got that feeling Christian will take it.
Yeah, I think Christian will win as well. What do you think, Scan?
Yeah, it's gonna be one fall apiece, and then my guy's gonna turn heel on Darby Allin, and that's what's gonna be the deciding factor, man. And Christian's gonna retain.
FTR versus Aussie Open, the tag team championship. Scan.
FTR, come on, man.
FTR. I say FTR.
FTR, take that all day, man. Them man, they're technical. Them man, they remind me of the heart of Bret Hart and the man they all lead to the doom. All those old school wrestlers, all they want. All the iconic tag teams from back in the days, the Rockers, all the man, they all in one. Come on, FTR. Man.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're throwback to the Brainbusters, man.
Yeah.
Tully and Anderson. But I mean, yeah, man, it's FTR's time, man. I hope they keep them belts for at least a year. I'd love to see a nice long run with them, because to be honest with you, I don't think anyone's on their level right now, and they don't make sense hot shot in the belt.
I agree. Young Bucks versus the Guns versus the Lucha Brothers versus Orange Cassidy and Hook for the 4-way AEW World Tag Team Championship.
Wow, I didn't even know this match was announced. I'm not sure. Maybe just give it to the Bucks, man. They need a win.
They need something now. I would love the Lucha Brothers. You get what I'm saying? I like them. I've always liked them from AAA days. But
You don't think the Guns will win it? Nah.
The Guns do win
The Guns
it.
need it. The Guns need it.
I think it should be the Guns.
Yeah, they can rub salt in Billy Gunn's wounds, because they're gone with them rubbish rappers guys. Who I don't like them at all. What's the name? Acclaimed? What they're claiming? They're not claiming nothing. Yeah.
All right.
The outfits are gonna be out the Young Bucks. Oh yeah. Not Smoking Guns from WWE days, but Guns.
The Guns. Right.
Eddie Kingston versus Shibata for the Ring of Honor and Strong Openweight Championship. Ring of Honor World Championship and Strong Openweight Championship.
Ooh. Eddie Kingston might retain that. He's going to retain that.
Yeah, I think Kingston's going to retain.
Yeah.
Unless someone comes down and stops it and fucks it up for him, and then he loses it. Who he beat, Claudio.
Maybe.
What's going to happen?
Wow. Okay.
Jericho and the Golden Lovers, which is obviously Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega, but the Don Callis family, which is Takeshita. How you pronounce his name? Takeshita. Yeah.
Takeshita. Yeah.
Takeshita, that's it. Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay. Has to be the Don Callis family, right?
Yeah, it has to be the Don Callis family, man. Yeah.
You agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. I'm a bit decisive. Because it could go any way. But I say Don Callis family might get it, because they might probably have someone else underneath their wing who they don't know and just come in and do a cheat and win it. But let's see.
Yeah. Oh, my guy with the dancing, man. He might be a factor.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who's going to win between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland?
I'll put my house on Swerve, man. It's got to be Swerve, bro.
Whose house?
Swerve.
Swerve. It has to be Swerve, bro.
Whose house?
Swerve.
Yeah, man. Power, man.
Swerve. And by the way, we were talking about Danny Garcia. That's who we were talking about.
That's it. Danny Garcia. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Before we get to the main event, actually, no, let's not talk about the main event yet. Let's talk about the tag team for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship match. Better Than You, baby. Adam Cole and MJF versus the Righteous.
Yeah, it's got to be
Righteous.
You think Righteous is it?
I think Righteous will take it.
You think this is going to be that added on? This will add on to the Magic J. You think it's going to add on to the storyline of why Cole and MJ is going to start falling out? Is what you think?
There you go. Something's gonna happen.
So you
happen in the ring.
you think Roderick Strong's gonna have something to do with it?
Oh, I love. He's killing it right now, Scan. He's absolutely killing it.
Yes.
Adam!
Next Strong.
Bro,
Yeah.
they got the neck awareness wristbands, bro. Have you seen it? The neck strength awareness wristbands. They're killing it.
Yeah. So I think the Ratchets is gonna take that because of.
Nah, to me it don't make storyline sense, but yeah, you know, my money's on Better Than You, baby.
Yeah.
Right. So the main event is a dream match. Now, this match has taken place twice before. One in 2008, and one in 2009. These was in the independent scenes. One was in like Europe somewhere, and I can't remember the other promotion. I think the other promotion was like Wrestle Extreme, Wrestle West Side, Wrestle Extreme, whatever. Good matches, but now these two have gone to a level where they're this world class. Well, Brian was world class back then, but Zack Sabre Jr. especially has gone to a level where he's a world class bona fide wrestler. And now we have the dream match that everybody's wanted to see. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Brian Danielson. Who's got this? Because you know Brian Danielson likes to lose a lot recently. So I'm going to go with DJ Magic J first, and then we'll swing up to Scan. Who's got this, guys? And then I'll give my prediction.
I think the loser. I'm going underdog. I think the loser might take it, and he might even get shook like, "Wow, what it?"
Oh, as in Zack Sabre.
Some sort of fuckery is gonna happen. Some sort of fuckery is gonna happen outside the ring. Okay. So you never know what could happen. So I'm going for the underdog.
Yeah,
never doubt
underdog. I think I'm actually gonna agree with Magic J. You know, I don't think it'll be shenanigans though. I think it will just be like a sly roll up, like a unexpected one.
You know how you see the roll up pins. You know how you see
like, yeah, I'm that much better. You know,
yeah.
I think that's what it's
right.
gonna be,
I think
man. Because I think Zack Sabre Jr. He deserves the rub, man. And I think Daniel Bryanson realizes that he'll gain more from elevating Zack Sabre Jr. in the long term.
Exactly.
Because he's got nothing to gain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win it. He's going to do like a quick pinfall. Like it's going to be back and forth, near falls. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then Zack Sabre. The technical wrestling is going to be mad. It's going to be insane this weekend. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I'm looking forward to that match the most. So yeah, I'm going to call Zack Sabre Jr.
Amazing, man. So much to look forward to this weekend. We got No Mercy. We got Wrestle Dream, man. So any final words, Magic J?
My final words is I'm looking forward to Raw, NXT, AEW. It's gonna be a packed week, and any other shows what's going on is going on. My only thing I would say to people up there, definitely get in contact with us. Yeah, everything, the Mega Powers TV on all social media platforms. If you want to invite us to your wrestling schools, if you want to invite us to your wrestling matches, because there's a lot of independent companies.
The Mega Powers.
Definitely contact us. But one thing I will say, Skillet,
yes, my brother.
Trinity, thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for having me, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Anytime you need. Sorry again, brother. Sorry, what were you saying? Sorry.
I was saying, where can everyone find you? What are you gonna get? What are you getting up to in the next couple weeks, months? What are you getting up to for Christmas, for New Year's? For this guy, because you're always somewhere. Because I saw you in the Roach shopping in Stoke Newton, East London, filming. I only go there for juices, but what are you up to?
Big up yourself, DJ Magic J. Thank you. Yeah, no, I've been busy. You know how we're all creators. All three of us are creators. We're always trying to do something. We've always got to do something. So, what I've been up to, I've been plotting. I've been working a new album. Got some new album dropping soon. I've got new music dropping soon. I've been filming some videos on the low, so that's going to be coming out soon. I've also been working on my podcast, Skillet's World, which you can find at Skillet's World. If you follow me on Twitter, at Skillet World, SKILLIT.
We'll post it somewhere here or.
Yeah. Same with Instagram, SKILLIT. Well, thank you. And you follow my YouTube channel. Sorry, what was that, brother?
I said, hope the Mega Powers can get invite.
Well, listen. Well, we're gonna. I'm gonna try and bring. Well, obviously the Kick Out podcast is my.
We try and bring you. We got you.
Of course. I've got plans. I've got plans of bringing back the Kick Out podcast very soon. I've taken a little hiatus of doing wrestling podcasts because I've been doing it for so long, and sometimes I get a bit like, especially when I don't. Yeah, when I don't. Yeah, I'm an old man now. I'm a cranky old man now. So, but definitely, as soon as I bring back the show, the Mega Power. I mean, Scan is Kick Out podcast anyway. His family is Kick Out family anyway. So, but the Mega Powers will definitely get a special invite. I kind of want to do more visual stuff. I want to do more studio in filming of new episodes. I want to kind of rebrand the show. So I won't say too much, but that's what I got to say.
Watch this space. Amazing, man. Wow, man. So definitely a pleasure having you on the show, Skillet. It's always love, man. You're definitely family. And obviously, thank you so much for everything you've done for me and for Magic J, opening the doors and stuff like that for us. So it's definitely a pleasure.
It's just the beginning, bro. We got a lot more to do, bro. Don't watch that. We got a lot more to do. So come on, man. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk some stuff, bro.
That's right, man. And I'm sure you'll join us on our quest to make it to WrestleMania 40, man. So we get.
Yeah, I was actually talking about this. I was thinking, man, I've got a strong feeling The Rock is actually gonna be there, and I have to be there for this. So I'm gonna join you guys. I'm gonna give you. We'll talk about this.
We're gonna be wearing Mega Powers jerseys and shorts, suits.
Let me cop one of them shirts too, bro. I want to cop one of them shirts too, man.
Come on, I'll get you one. I'll put Skillet on the back.
Love it. Thanks for having me, guys. I've had such a good time. Thank you for having me. I've had such a good time. Thank you.
Wicked, man. Once again, to all the viewers, man, thank you so much for joining us today. And if you got any takes on anything that we said, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Follow us and everything Mega Powers. And we'll catch you again next week for another exciting show of the Mega Powers podcast. Until then, peace.
2 Mega Powers meeting here tonight.
The Mega Powers, brother.
The Mega Powers, yeah. Mega Powers, yeah.